All right, thank you, JC, for the introduction. And again, for anybody who is attending this webinar, you are entered into a draw to an autographed and authenticated McDavid jersey. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Carrie Oliva. I'm the Director of Web Development and Optimization here at Strathcom Media. I've been here for 5 years. My background is in web design, development, and marketing. I have been in the game for about 15 years. I know my picture probably doesn't show my age, but I can assure you that I have been doing this for quite a while. All right, so today we are going to be covering quite a bit of things. We're going to be covering the principles of a high converting landing page. I'm going to be walking you through how to build a landing page using the Strathcom CMS Page Builder. You guys are actually one of the first people to be previewing our new and improved landing page builder. I'm also going to be showing you how to create a custom lead form. We've gotten quite a few questions from Strathcom clients on how to create a custom lead form, how to customize those forms that come with your website, and I'm going to walk you through that. And I'm also going to show you a couple advanced tips and tricks for anybody out there who may know a little bit about HTML or CSS, or who just want to get into the nitty-gritty of customizing their landing pages. So, what are the elements of a high converting landing page? One of the first things you need is a unique value proposition. You also need a core benefit statement and a strong call to action. So for any of you who have read user experience blogs, who have looked into conversion rate optimization, these terms should not be new to you. But I do find that sometimes it seems to be a bit buzzwordy. So in other words, what do I really need on my landing page? I need a consistent and singular message on my page, and you need to make it easy for the user to send me that lead, because at the end of the day, we're in the business of getting leads and selling cars. So that's what's really important. So why should you be doing this? It's science. So take a look to the left, take a look to the right. Maybe you're in the office by yourself, maybe you're in the office with somebody wearing a fox onesie because it's Halloween. But the people on either side of you, if there is anyone near you, or even anybody in the building, they all look different, they sound different, and presumably they like different things than you do. I've got JC here next to me. She probably likes different music than I do. We come from different backgrounds. We're all a little bit different from each other. We're all unique. But despite those many differences, everybody reacts to certain stimuli the same way. When it's bright, we squint our eyes. When there's a sudden loud noise, we get startled. Maybe some more than others. I don't know. It's Halloween. Maybe you get scared. And when there's a bright red spot on the red carpet, you notice it, right? So when it comes to landing pages, we can count on most people to react a certain way to the experiences that we design for them. And great campaigns are built around solid user experiences that can be created with just a few simple guidelines. So we call this conversion-centered design, CCD, and what it really comes down to is that your whole page should intend to persuade the visitor into taking a specific action. So on your website, this action could be downloading a brochure, using your service, buying a car, whatever your campaign aims to achieve. And every single element on your page should contribute to this goal. So any element or every single element on your page should contribute to the goal that you have for that marketing campaign, which means that the fewer distractions or leaks, the better results. Some people who have worked with me before, I always talk about, less friction on a page, making sure that it's easy for the user to complete that conversion. And in most cases, a landing page, especially one centered around a marketing campaign, should have a 1-to-1 attention ratio. What that means is that that is the ratio of things that a user can do compared to the number of things the user can do. And for a marketing campaign, that usually means one thing. So your work is to keep the main message the same as that of your advertisement, your slides, your print campaigns, and also provide more information that persuades the user, the visitor to the page, to complete that goal. So other elements that your site or your page needs to have is the design of that landing page should maintain the branding and identity of the campaign. People are visual, so it's no coincidence that landing pages with better images are higher converting than those without. You want your visitors to read the headline, see your image, and understand what they're looking at within seconds of them being on the page. I would say that over 79% of users would rather scan a page than read it. And if we make the visitors struggle to find out about our offer, the conversion rates will go down, period. So just remember, you have seconds to make or break the conversion, so keep things in context. Make sure that the messaging is always consistent, and make sure that your messaging is clear and concise. Don't make it hard for me to submit a lead. I'm already here because I'm interested. All right, so now that we've got our landing page guidelines, how do we actually apply them to a page? Well, let's start with an exclusive event that Strathcom Motors is running on Black Friday. We're running advertisements, we've got slides, we're sharing these assets on social, and on our landing page that we're going to be building today is where all of these things are linked to. Now, our marketing team, or the awesome design team over at Strathcom, has sent us some slick graphics to put up on our page, and now our goal as marketers or as dealers or whoever is managing your website is to get as many RSVPs to this event as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right in. Can everybody see the page? All right, cool. Give me a second to get my mouse in order here. All right, so this is a landing page that I've created for our Black Friday event, and it's been created using the same principles that we just went over. I've got my eye-catching visuals, aka my hero image, my value prop, my selling point. That's all right here, front and center. I've also got an easy-to-fill-out form. And in case the user's on the fence about actually filling out the lead, we've added in a few things in the page to nudge them in the right direction. We've got the offers available during the event, a quick blurb about why they should choose Strathcom, our dealership, because we're the best. And we've also added in a list of reviews, and these have all been pulled in dynamically from the Strathcom Google Reviews list, and that's all using our Google Reviews plugin. I'm going to show you guys how to add that. And what reviews are important for is adding social proof, so giving your site a sense of community and realism, because if I have never heard of Strathcom Volkswagen before, I probably won't know if they're a dealership I would want to go to or want to do business with. And seeing 4.9 out of 5 stars kind of gives us some credibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually jump in and create this landing page right here. So we're going to log into the CMS. Most of you have already done this before, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a new page. All right, so I'm going to create this page here, my VIP Black Friday event. And one of the first things I'm going to do is on that top of the page there, I had that great hero image. Every single Strathcom website comes equipped with a section specifically for that. We call that the featured image. So right here on the sidebar, I'm going to browse to there and set my featured image. I'm going to go ahead and upload my file right into there. I'll just show you guys my files here and how easy it is to drag and drop my assets. And I'm just going to set my featured image, that hero image that we had designed. Now, historically, we have used pre-styled widgets or short codes to create our landing pages, but now I'm going to show you guys a new feature that we've released called our Flexible Layout Builder. So you still get the same functionality that you've had before, but now you can actually do a bit more without any code. So what we're going to do that is we're actually going to go and change the template of our page. Under page attributes, right now I've got the default template. I'm going to change that to the flexible layout template. So as you can see here, the WYSIWYG is hidden in favor of my section row. So as you can see right here, it's gone. I see section row. So think of section rows as Lego. There's sections where you can put content into your page, just like our widgets allowed us to do, but now we have even more control over our layouts. So I'm going to click on Add Section Row right here. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of options that I can use to customize the row that I'm designing. So if my website had a lighter design, it had a white background, I can actually go in and I can change the background color of the page easily, just by selecting background color and using the color picker. But I'm on a dark background right now. I don't really need that. So you could just kind of ignore that section right there. All right, so we're going to start building out the first section of our page. So we're going to go back to our page design here. And the first section we have on our page, other than that hero image, is the event information. So a quick tip is to label the section just so that you can easily organize your content. So I'm going to call this the event information section. And I'm going to click on add a section and I'm going to add a column. So with my page builder, I can add as many columns as I want to a section. We've built in logic to have our columns dynamically change their width equally no matter how many we add in. So if I want to have my section be one column, that means that's going to span the entire width of the page. If I add in 2 columns, it means that they're going to have 2 equal boxes side by side in that section. But I want 1 column, so all I'm going to do here, because as you can see here, this spans the entire width of the page. So I'm just going to use this 1 column here. And just like I did before on my previous kind of demos of the CMS or any demos you might have had with the Strathcom team member, you would just go in and use your WYSIWYG editor to add in your text. So I'm going to add in my headline and subheading, get VIP access to our private Black Friday event. And this is my main heading, so I'm going to switch that to an H1. And then I'm going to add in my subheading, which I have queued up really easily, so I can copy and paste it for this webinar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center all of this text here, just to lay it out well. All right, so what I'm going to do now, just to kind of show you guys how this page looks. We're just going to preview this page right here. So I've added in my hero image, and I have that full width section here. So let's keep building our page. Let's add in the invitation image, our offers, and our form. So I've added in my first column here, which is going to be my first full width section, and now what I want to do is I want to add in another 2 columns. So what I'm going to do is add in 2 columns here because I want them to be side by side. And in here I'm going to add in my image. I'm going to customize my image. Obviously it came in a little small, so I want that to be a larger image, and I want that centered right in the middle of that section. And underneath that, I'm going to add in my offer text, so VIP offers. And I want that to stand out a little bit more, so I'll just switch that into a heading here, and we'll center that on the page. And I'm going to put in my offers, which were in a bullet. And again, no code needed. I can just paste in all of my offers right there. Okay, so that's my first section there. That's my first column. And on a column on the right, I had a form. Very easy to do, like we did in the before on the CMS. All you'd click on is add form, and you'd select the form that you'd want to add in. So I want a contact us form. And I'm just going to insert that form right there. All right, so with no coding at all, I have made a 2-column layout right underneath my single column right at the top there. And that's really how easy it is to use our page builder. I do know that this looks a little, it looks like it needs a little bit of styling, but I will walk you through all of that stuff as soon as we finish adding in the rest of the sections of our page. So as we scroll down here, you can see I've got a nice parallax section here. Again, the black and gold theme, just to keep in line with the Black Friday sale that we have going on and our reviews. And again, we're going to use our flexible page builder to add those sections in. So I'm going to add in another section. Now on here, because I want to have that parallax background, I'm going to change it to that black and gold background. And I'm going to add the parallax effect to it, and that's really how easy it is. And again, I'll just add in a single column. We'll make this section here a heading and center that. And then I'll add in a little blurb about who we are, just right underneath that. And again, just center that. All right, perfect. And so for the next section that I'm going to add in my reviews. So I'm going to just call this here my About Us section. Add in one more section called Reviews. And in here, I'm going to add in a post element. And once you have your Google Reviews plugin enabled, don't worry, Strathcom designers or your Strathcom team can help you enable this plugin right on your site and pull in your Google reviews. But I'm going to show you how to just quickly add them in once the plugin has been initialized. So we're going to change the title here. We can change to show 1 review at a time or 3 in a row, or sorry, 3 in a column. How many reviews we want to pull in? Let's pull in 8. And these are just more options for you to play with. And if I scroll down here, I actually can add in a link that by default will take me to my Google Reviews kind of landing page. Now I know that Google Reviews doesn't have specific landing pages specifically for reviews, but what this does is it takes you to your specific business's landing page on the Google website. So kind of takes you to the maps, and you can quickly browse to reviews there. So I'm just going to have it read more and insert my element. As you can see there, I've actually pulled in some Google reviews. So if I've done my job right, and I hit update, page is just loading there. We now have a landing page pretty much built out. I've got my parallax section here, and I'm pulling in my Google reviews. And if I actually click on this, just to kind of illustrate what I meant by it linking out, it takes me right to my Strathcom Media page, and I can click to see the rest of the reviews that we have of Strathcom. All right, so this is really the basics of a landing page, but you know what? We should probably take a look at it and fix some of the spacing of the elements that we've added in. So our page builder tool makes it really easy for you to do that. So all we need to do is add something called padding. Those of you might know it as white space, and you can choose how much white space you want on top and below any of the elements on your page. This is a VIP event. Let's exude that luxury feel with some more white space. So I'm going to go through all 3 elements here, and it says right here, select padding on the top and bottom. I'm going to switch that to large, and I'm just going to go through all 3 of my sections right here, switch that to large. Now in the past, you probably would have gone through each section and had to add in all of this stuff as custom CSS yourself. we really wanted to make that very easy for you to do without having to know how to code all of these things. So as easy as 4 or 5 clicks of a button, we've given the page some room to breathe, and this has really got that luxury feel that we're looking for. All right, so we've got our form here. It's a generic contact us form, and we want to get more information out of the user to help us make that sale and get a better lead. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go into our page builder, our form builder, sorry, we're already in the page builder. And we're going to customize our form. So you can go in and create a custom form. Our form builder is extremely easy for you to go and do that. But what I do suggest is that you use one of the many forms that we've already created for you and just go in and duplicate that form. Why I say that is because some fields need to be required and you might not know that. And we've gone through and we've made sure that all the different lead types are accounted for you. So what I'm going to do is I've used my contact us form. I'm just going to duplicate that. What that's done is it's made a copy of my form, so I'm going to go in and edit it. All right, so for our sale page, we don't need the user to send us a message like we have here to RSVP, but we do, as dealers, want to get more information out of them, like what their trade-in is, if they have one, and the type of vehicle that they're looking for. So we're going to edit our form with those fields. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of the message field here. We don't need it. And all you have to do to build a form is just drag and drop from these fields here. So I'm adding in my first field here. We're going to call this the trade-in. And then we're going to add another one in here. And this will be kind of our vehicle locator section. Looking to buy this vehicle. All right, I'm going to change the form name, so when I send this through, the form lead type changes, or the name changes when I look through all my leads. So we're going to call this our VIP Black Friday event and update that. And I'm going to update my form. And now obviously I've created a new form on my page, so those changes won't be reflected where I have already embedded a form. So it's very easy to go and change that form out. All I'm going to do is click Edit Page. Just collapse. Oh no, that's what I want. All right, so I'm going to go in and find where I've added in my form. I'm going to remove what I've added in there. Click Add Form. Select the VIP Black Friday event form that I've added in. Quick tip for you, you can actually uncheck these elements up here. You don't actually need them, just if you don't want a form title displayed on the page. It saves you some page height if you've already kind of explained what that form is for. So I'm going to insert my form, click Update, and refresh the page. And now we have all of the form fields we want, but looking at it, we know that this form might look intimidating to someone, especially if all they wanted to do was RSVP to our event. And you know, the purpose of this page is to RSVP. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this form, and we're going to update it using advanced conditional logic to hide those fields unless a user decides that they want to fill them out. So we're not hiding the fields from the user. All we're doing is we're just going to simplify the form so that it doesn't look as intimidating and doesn't look as long. So we're going to go back into our form editor here. I'm going to add in a couple checkboxes. So all I'm going to do is select my checkbox section here and add that right on top of our fields. And we are going to give them a reason to select one of these checkboxes. So more about me. What we're going to do is just kind of make the messaging easy for them to understand. So, oops. let's change this to help me find the best deals. Make it even more enticing for them to click these things here. So I want to trade in my vehicle. And the second one I'll use is I am looking for a specific vehicle. And I'm just going to remove that form right there. All right, so I've added in 2 checkboxes here, and you're wondering why did I add in more checkboxes? I've made this form even longer. I'm going to show you something really cool. So I'm actually going to go into my Advanced tab. I'm going to enable something called a conditional logic. So I'm going to show this field if somebody checks off, I want to trade in my vehicle. So this field is only going to show up if somebody checks off this first box right here. And I'm going to do the same with the vehicle locator section. Advanced, click on Enable Conditional Logic, find that checkbox section, and say I'm looking for a specific vehicle. So what that does is it's just showing 2 message boxes if I check off those things in the form. So now we're going to refresh the page. I don't have to actually go in and re-embed the form. All it does is it dynamically pulls in all of the changes that we've made. So this form looks a lot less intimidating, but if I click on these items here, I can actually submit more information and give you guys more information about me. So if I wanted to trade in a vehicle, I could submit that section right here. Same with if I was looking to buy a specific one. And again, that's all dynamically pulled in. So we can get more information out of a user. The form is less intimidating, but we're giving them the illusion that it's actually really easy to give this information in there without making it look super, super long. And it's really good if you're doing this on mobile as well. It just kind of hides some of those fields unless they're willing to fill them out. All right, so for good measure, we're going to do one more tweak to our form. This is an RSVP page. And they're looking to access our sale. We want to entice people to call on to click on our call to action. So what we're going to do is we're going to update our submit button to something a bit more custom to our campaign. I'm going to go back to my form builder here and click on the settings. And really what the user is looking for is to get an invitation. So we're going to change this to say, send me my invitation. I'm going to update my form right here. Again, click refresh. And as easy as that, I have changed the call to action on my form, and this page is looking pretty slick. All right, so I did promise a couple advanced tips. So I'm gonna show you how to do a quick CSS change to this button. So you may think, okay, this blue button really does not look good on this page. It's black and gold, and then I have a bright blue button here. Let's change it. So unfortunately, I don't have the option to change the call to actions on my forms just yet, but you do have the ability to change it with CSS. And you're saying, Carrie, why would I want to change it with CSS? That's so hard. Any modern browser that you're using, if you're using Microsoft Edge, if you're using Firefox, Safari, or Chrome, they have the ability to use something called developer tools. Some will kind of use different language for how to get to it. For the most part, all you have to do is right-click on the element you want to change and click Inspect. What that'll do is it'll bring up this very scary window right here with a bunch of code on it. But what this does is it actually allows for me to play with the design of the page a little bit. So as you can see here, my button is blue and blue. What I want to do is I actually want to change my button to black, and as you can see here, I can change how this looks. Super fancy. So I can make this gold, but I actually think it's too Halloween for our taste, so we're going to keep it fancy here. We'll keep it black. The term for this is ghost button, so kind of in line with our Halloween theme. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of use a gold-ish border right around our button. All right. Now, this will be the hardest part about customizing your CSS. All you have to do is just copy this little snippet of code right here. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back into my page builder. And we have a section specifically for adding in CSS. It's called the single style sheet. So you can actually go in here and add in the custom CSS that you've just done using the developer tools available to you on your browser. I'm going to refresh the page. And if I've done my job right, which I did, thank goodness, I have changed the button to kind of match the aesthetics of our landing page. And there you have it. You have a custom landing page and form, all with 0 HTML, technically one small CSS change. So does anybody have any questions? All right, I've got one from Kayla. Can you please ensure I receive a copy of this webinar? Absolutely, we'll be sending this out to you. We'll also do a nice little blog post to cover a lot of the topics that we had. And if you need to make one of these pages, feel free to ask your online marketing manager. We can definitely design one for you, or if you want to do it yourself, again, this webinar should cover most of the things that you need to build out your landing page.
One question that I'm sure is on a lot of people's mind is, does this page builder tool, is it included in website packages, or is that something extra that dealers are going to have to pay for?
I was going to scooch in real close to JC here. So no, you do not have to pay for the landing page builder tool. We've actually listened to the feedback that we've gotten from dealers about how much customizing they want to do to their pages, but they don't really want to learn how to use any of the HTML or the CSS to make these landing pages look exactly how they want to. So we've developed this on top of what we've already given you, and we are giving it to you free of charge just to make it easier for you guys to go in and build out any landing pages that you need to with pretty much any design that you have in mind.
And then just to touch on that, if you have any other things that you would like to see in tools like this, again, just let your online marketing manager know, and then we can submit it as a feature request, and we can upvote it for you and hopefully get that built out for you. Another question that just came in is, so is this, if they're on a Lemieux package, like they can still get us to do this for them? This isn't us telling dealers that they have to build these out themselves, right?
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of a twofold thing. We built this system for customizability for both our Strathcom designers and for our clients. So if you kind of wanted to pass on the work to us, we would gladly take it for you. We love designing pages like these and getting creative with them. So yeah, we can totally take that on for you, and we can also help you track it, set up goals and all of that stuff just to get really granular and see how much success you're getting out of your campaigns.
And Kayla asks, is this available to her right now?
Yes, it is. I wouldn't show you guys anything if it wasn't available to you right now. So we have not, this is not just a limited release, this is available to everyone. We haven't done a full training session just yet, so you guys are actually one of the first to see how all of this works, but you can definitely go in and you can play with your pages. One of the cool things about this landing page builder is that the revisions that you've had before are built into here. So if you change up anything on the page and you maybe mess up or you accidentally delete something, you can use the revision system to go back and fix anything. And again, if you need any additional training, we are more than happy to go and help walk you through how this landing page works. Landing page builder, sorry.
And this is true for the Google Review plugin as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Does anyone have any other questions before we move on?
All right, so one question I did get was how many call to actions should a landing page have? And this is kind of a hot topic discussion for CROs and SEOs. So it depends on the type of landing page that you are building. If you have a landing page that's for a limited time, only available for a limited time, all you're doing is you're driving your display ads to it. You don't really want this on your website. You want it to be exclusive. What I would suggest is you only have that one call to action or call to actions that take you to the same goal. So for our page here, we really only wanted people to RSVP to this event. We didn't really want them to do anything else. So this is why we had one call to action in here. But if this was a landing page that I wanted available on my site for a long period of time, I wanted Google to crawl it and I wanted this to be indexed, I would want to add in more call to actions and links to internal pages on my site, because that just kind of helps with the crawling aspect of things. And again, you want to keep people on your website, so if you don't have a singular goal for it, maybe it's just a very generic landing page that you're building, you want to give them options to take that are still on your website. All right. So one person says that they would prefer to do it themselves, and they're wondering if they can start it now. Absolutely. All you have to do is, you may have I believe this is the person who's come in late. All you have to do when you go to edit or create a new page is go to your page attributes on the right-hand side of your editor and change the layout or the template to flexible layout template. And what that'll do is that'll open up the page builder for you. And again, if you need any help setting this up, let us know and we can help you out there. All right, another question that we have on here is, should I worry about SEO for pages that will only be live for a few days? Typically, not so much, only if you really want people to search for these pages from Google. So again, if your goal is to have people crawl this page, or sorry, have Google crawl this page and visit it and have a lot of views on it, then yes, I probably would worry about SEO. And again, you can go into your Yoast SEO plugin here. We've got a great webinar about how to customize this page and how to even customize it for sharing on social. But if you really only have it for a limited amount of time, there's a chance that Google might not even crawl it, so you could pretty much just hide that from Google. And in our Yoast SEO plugin, you can actually set it so that way Google won't index the page and they won't follow it. And that just kind of won't show up anywhere on the internet other than who you share it to.